What's the deal, YouTube? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. Alright, so I got the mic. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to probably put this right here. And as you can see by the title, right? First and foremost, let me say this. First and foremost, I'd like to say, I hope all y'all vibrating at a high frequency. Not letting no negative energy stop y'all positive energy. And as you can see by the title today, I'm going to talk to y'all on... And this video is really to encourage you to actually have your spiritual awakening, right? But I want to talk to y'all on why you shouldn't have your spiritual awakening if you like this world. And when I say why you shouldn't, I'm actually saying this to want to encourage people to have their spiritual awakening, right? So, boom. First of all, I don't know if I said this, but I hope all y'all vibrating at a high frequency, right? Not letting no negative energy stop y'all positive energy. You know what I'm saying? And if I said it before, I'll just say it again real quick for y'all. But why you shouldn't have a spiritual awakening if you like this world, right? So first, it's a lot of shit, man. It's a lot of shit. It's a lot of shit, right? So first of all, right, if you like this world, just stay asleep, bro. Just stay asleep. Because this whole world is a motherfucking lie, nigga. The food, you ain't gonna be able to eat the same food you like. You ain't gonna be able to listen to the same music you used to listen to. Motherfuckers gonna start thinking your ass is crazy because you gonna start seeing shit that people don't see. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to just let this energy flow, right? And it's gonna flow. It's gonna get there. I ain't made a video in a little bit, right? You know what I'm saying? I've been in this fucking matrix. Niggas been in this matrix. But besides all that though, right? I want to talk to y'all why you shouldn't have your spiritual awakening in 2024 if you haven't already. You ain't gonna be able to eat none of the food, right? Because all of the food is fucking poison. You ain't gonna be able to eat none of the food. If you like the chicken sandwiches and hamburgers and all that shit, you ain't gonna be able to eat none of that shit, bro. You ain't gonna be able to listen to none of your favorite rappers because you're gonna realize these motherfuckers be doing sacrifices. They be on gay shit, you know what I'm saying, to get record deals. They be on motherfucking sacrificing family members. They be, you know what I'm saying? They're not really doing the shit they saying in the raps. You're gonna be realizing a lot of shit. And once you realize some shit, you can't unrealize this shit. You're gonna realize that everybody you see is not a fucking real person. You're gonna realize that everybody you see is not the same species. You're gonna realize it's different levels to the awakening too, right? It's different levels to the spiritual awakening. You might just fuck around and have an awakening and you start going to the religion and you be like, damn, I found Jesus, this and that. That's what I'm saying. It's different levels to this shit. It's different levels to the spiritual awakening because everybody's on different levels of consciousness, right? Everybody has a different brain in their head, right? So your spiritual awakening may be like, oh, I found Jesus. Jesus is the Almighty. Jesus is the Savior, this and that, all that shit, right? You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to anybody. This is how I talk. No disrespect to anybody that's into the religion and all that. I'm just saying it's different levels to the spiritual awakening, right? And then your spiritual awakening may be like, damn, this religion shit is bullshit. This shit's lies, nigga. They're telling us this shit to divide us, etc. You know what I'm saying? And then your spiritual awakening may be on some, oh, I just stopped eating this and I stopped eating sugar and you know what I'm saying? Now I feel better, this and that, etc. It's different levels to the spiritual awakening, right? But if you like this world, if you like this food, you like to eat the fast food and shit, you eat fast food on a daily basis, you like watching the movies, you know what I'm saying? You like eating the candy, you like listening to the music, you know what I'm saying? You think everybody's the same. You think we're all just one human race. Don't have a spiritual awakening, bro, because it's gonna fuck you up. It's gonna fuck you up, right? It's gonna fuck you up because it's gonna be a lot of shit that you realize that you haven't realized before, right? And I'm really saying this shit to encourage people to have a spiritual awakening. I'm trying to just let this energy flow. But in 2024, why you shouldn't have a spiritual awakening, you ain't gonna be able to eat none of the food, right? You're gonna go in the grocery store, and I'm gonna tell you from my level of my spiritual awakening, right? You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, everybody's level of spiritual awakening is different. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna really even speak from my level, but I'm gonna just use my level as an example. So for instance, you ain't gonna be able to motherfucking eat no fucking food, right? You ain't gonna be able to find no food Cause you're gonna be in the fucking grocery store, and before you pick up some shit to purchase this shit, you're not even gonna feel comfortable buying this shit, cause you're gonna be like, why the fuck am I even paying for shit? Cause most of the shit you buy, how can I say this shit, bro? All the food is poison, right? It's gonna be harder for you to find food. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be harder for you to find food, cause all the food is poison, nigga. You're gonna realize all the food is poison. Once you're conscious of what you're putting in your body and you're looking at the ingredients and all that shit, and you see that this shit got a whole bunch of ingredients, and when I eat this shit, I feel different than this shit with a little bit of ingredients, you're gonna go for the shit with a little bit of ingredients. And then you're gonna start realizing that the shit with the little bit of ingredients costs more than the shit with all the fucking ingredients in it. And then you're gonna start realizing that the shit with all the ingredients is the shit with all the ingredients in it is the shit that's poisoning your body, your spirit, your mind, your soul, all that shit, right? And then you're gonna realize that it's set up by design. Cause most people are not gonna pay for this shit that costs more. But when you look at the back of the shit that costs more, it's a little less ingredients in this shit, right? It may be organic or it may, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna fuck you up as much as the shit with all the, you know what I'm saying? And it's set up like that by design. You get some little cheap, like a box of little cheap granola bars. The motherfuckers $2 or $3, right? But they got 150 ingredients on the back of this shit. And I experienced this shit the other day. You go to the motherfucking Annie's granola bars, the motherfuckers got like 5 or 6 ingredients in the motherfuckers, but it's $5 for 5 granola bars. But you can spend $3 and get like 10 of these, but they poison. Once you have a spiritual awakening, you're gonna be conscious of this shit and you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, all this shit is poison, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Once you have a spiritual awakening, you're not gonna wanna be around nobody for real, because you're gonna realize a lot of people are fake. You're gonna be able to sense the energy, like you're gonna be able to feel the energy and you'll be like, why are you, you know what I'm saying? Why are you acting weird? Like, why are you acting a certain way? Like, you're gonna realize a lot of people are fake, bro. They hatched into this matrix, they stuck into this matrix. A lot of people are not even thinking their own thoughts, they don't even know who they are for real. You know what I'm saying? Once you have a spiritual awakening, you're not gonna wanna listen to the music no more. Because you're gonna realize that the music is nothing but witchcraft, programming low vibrational manifestations into your subconscious unbeknownst to you. And let me explain that. The music is witchcraft, programming low vibrational manifestations into your subconscious unbeknownst to you. And let me break that down and explain what I'm saying so y'all don't think I'm just trying to say some shit and it sounds like I know some shit, but I do know some shit. I'm very intelligent. When I say low vibrational, that means negative shit. Pull up with a switch, air a nigga block out, this and that, yada yada. All that shit is low vibrational shit. And the people that are saying that shit, they're making money. So why the fuck would you jeopardize your opportunity to make money by pulling up with a switch and airing a nigga block out? You're not doing that shit. You're saying that shit, it's low vibrational. So you're putting this shit on the track, right? You're putting this shit on the track. When I say low vibrational, you're putting this shit on the track so the people that are listening to this shit can manifest this shit. Because when somebody's listening to some shit over and over, it's going to get stuck in their mind, right? It's going to get stuck in their head. So once that shit gets stuck in their head, they listening to it over and over. And if they're actually in an environment where they might have to pull up on a nigga block with a switch and air some shit out, they're more likely to do that because they already have the manifestations programmed into their subconscious. And when I say programmed into your subconscious, you listening to the shit in the background, you doing some shit, you driving around, you handling your business, you got the headphones in, etc. That shit's being programmed into your subconscious. And little do you know, the more you think that shit is going to start appearing into your reality, because you have the ability, especially if you're Black or Latino, to make your thoughts appear into your reality. The more you think your thoughts, you know what I'm saying? So you thinking this thought that you don't even know why you thinking it, because you heard this song saying, oh, pull up on a nigga block with a switch, this and that. And if you really on that energy, you know what I'm saying, and really into it, motherfuckers, you're more likely to do that shit because the music is telling you to do that shit and it's programming it into your subconscious. So that's what I mean when I say low vibrational manifestations that are being programmed into your subconscious. You're going to realize that's what the music is once you have your spiritual awakening. Then you're not going to want to fuck with the music. A lot of people haven't even found themselves. Grown-ass men, grown women haven't found themselves because they've been listening to this music their whole life and it's programming this shit into their subconscious, and they're not able to think their own thoughts like, hold on, why am I doing this shit? Because you wake up every day and you play this fucking music and it's controlling you. It's witchcraft. It's controlling you. It's controlling. It has you in the trance. It has you want to do all this shit. Because if you cut the music off and just sit there and think your own fucking thoughts, you'll realize that you probably don't want to do a lot of the shit you're doing. But the music has you doing this shit. And it feels good when you listen to this shit because the beat, you know what I'm saying? The 808s and the beat, that shit feels good to us. You know what I'm saying? We're attracted to the beat. And the music I listen to, I don't even know what the fuck they are saying. I can't play this shit because you know what I'm saying? I don't even know what they saying, bro, but it feels good. I'm not listening to no shit that's saying, oh, do this and do all that, because that's going to make me want to do this and do all that. And after a while, I'm going to fuck around and manifest that shit with my energy and my thoughts, because I'm going to be thinking that shit like, damn, this shit sound hard, yada, yada. I'm thinking it. All of a sudden now, I'm thinking about it. Then these opportunities are approaching for me to actually do this shit. Then I'm doing this shit. And I just manifested this shit not even knowing. And especially if you make music, because music is very spiritual. That's what I'm saying. If you in this world don't have a spiritual awakening, and I'm telling you this to actually encourage you to have your spiritual awakening, but once you have your spiritual awakening, a lot of shit's going to change, and a lot of shit that you used to do, you ain't going to be able to do that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, just making music, going into the studio, or even just freestyling on the beat, you ain't going to want to just be saying no bullshit. When I be freestyling on the beat, like say I'm coming on the way home from work or whatever I'm doing, and I just want to start rapping on the beat, you know what I'm saying, just freestyling, and I fuck around and say some shit on accident, like, yada yada, you know what I'm saying, some bullshit, like some low vibrational shit. I'll feel that shit, drop my frequency, like, hold on, bro. Because you fuck around and manifest that shit. And I used to make music, bro, and I used to say a lot of low vibrational shit on beats, nigga. And say, for instance, I made a song like, I was like, all these drugs I'm on, I'm wasted, foreign vehicle, bitch, I'm racing, you know what I'm saying? And just saying some bullshit. And I didn't even have a car at the time, right? And then after a while, I ended up getting the Benz. I ended up manifesting that shit because I was saying this shit. I was thinking this shit over and over while I'm writing the song. You know what I'm saying? So you're writing that when you're making music, you're making spells, bro. That's what I'm telling you. If you ever had your spiritual awakening, you're gonna start realizing this shit, right? You're gonna start realizing that when you're making music in the studio, you're really making spells and you're really casting spells over yourself, right? So when you're writing the spell, you're writing the song. The hook is the hook and it's rhyming, right? And when a song rhymes, the spell is making the spell more powerful type shit, right? Because it has flow and all that shit. It's flowing, you know what I'm saying? So you're writing the fucking song, which is the spell, right? Then you go into the studio. When you go into the studio, most people don't get this shit first try. They say the shit and they know what they're saying, but they don't get this shit first try. They may fuck up on the word. You may be in the studio and say the whole shit perfect and fuck up on the word the, T-H-E. The word the, 3 letters. And then you have to say the whole shit all over again. That's what happens when you're in the studio. You know what I'm saying? If you make music, you know this shit. You be in the studio, you fuck around and fuck up on one word, you got to say the whole shit all over again, right? So you got to say the whole shit all over again. You're repeating this shit over and over and over. You're casting a spell on yourself, right? And then you go out into the environment and you fuck around and manifest this shit because you've been saying this shit over and over and over, right? That's if you're the artist. You know what I'm saying? But most of the artists that are saying this shit, they're not in the environment to do this shit. But if you're an artist trying to come up in the hood and you saying some shit, you're gonna fuck around and manifest that shit way faster than somebody else that's just listening to the music. You know what I'm saying? Because music is very spiritual. But even if you listen to this shit over and over and over and you rapping the shit and all that shit, you'll manifest the shit too. That's what I'm saying. If you haven't had your spiritual awakening, once you have your spiritual awakening, you're gonna realize this shit. You're going to realize that you can't eat none of the fast food. You're going to realize, like, why the fuck is all of the fast food red and yellow and orange? Lower vibrational colors, the colors that's correlated with your lower self, your lower chakra. You're going to realize that shit and be like, damn. They're using witchcraft in the restaurants to attract you to the food. Then when you get to the food and eat the shit, they're poisoning you with the food to make you come back and keep on eating the shit. Because then you start realizing, like, damn, these companies are multi-million, billion-dollar companies. How the fuck are these companies multi-million, billion-dollar companies when people are fucked up and people are broke? You know what I'm saying? We're fucked up. Society, everybody in society is fucked up right now. Everybody's feeling this shit in society, bro. So how the fuck are these companies, or maybe because they're putting shit in the food to make people want to keep on coming back and buying this shit, and they're putting the prices low because they know that society is fucked up. So they're going to eat this shit. They're going to eat fast food because they have to go to work. They don't have time to look into the food that they're eating, look into the food that they're feeding their kids, because they have to go to work and pay these bills because rent's due in 30 days. And it's set up like that. You're going to realize this shit once you have your spiritual awakening. You're going to be like, what the fuck? You're going to realize, like, damn, yo, people are walking around this bitch under spells from the music. You know what I'm saying? Under spells from the food, being poisoned chemically with the food, being hit with all type of witchcraft and spells. That's why there's so much violence and shit going on with the gangs and all that shit. Because once the gangs unite, we're going to realize that, what the fuck? Why the fuck are we listening to the punk-ass police when they've been doing this shit to us for years? Police brutality, doing all this shit, getting away with it, and they got guns. Okay, we got guns. Why the fuck are they, why are we letting them get away with this shit? You gonna start realizing that shit, you know what I'm saying? Not even that you gonna start realizing that shit, but that's why they casting spells and all that shit, so the gangs won't realize that shit. But once you have your spiritual awakening, you gonna realize that shit. So that's why you shouldn't have your spiritual awakening, you know what I'm saying? Cause you gonna realize a lot of bullshit. When I say you shouldn't, I'm actually saying this shit to encourage y'all to have y'all spiritual awakening. Cause why the fuck would I tell you not to have your spiritual awakening? I want y'all to have y'all spiritual awakening, especially if you Black or Latino. Because all the attacks are aimed at us so we can be spiritually dead, nigga. The music and all that shit is nothing but blacks and they promote blacks and Latinos to do the bullshit. So if you Latino, you coming up, you see a rapper like Jeezy or somebody like that, you gonna wanna do the bullshit too. Cause that's what they promoting. You know what I'm saying? They're not promoting no older Caucasian and making the motherfucker look like with the gang shit so some Caucasian kids can be on that shit. What they got, Lil Mabu or some shit? That's not gonna make nobody wanna do no shit. But if you have a rapper like Jeezy or some shit and promote that shit, it's gonna make some Latino kids wanna be on bullshit. That's why they use the blacks and Latinos to destroy the blacks and Latinos, nigga. And you gonna realize this shit once you have your spiritual awakening. You ain't gonna even be able to listen to the music. Once you have your spiritual awakening and you see a motherfucking new rapper come out like Sexy Red, you're gonna be like, boom, this bitch is an industry plant. You gonna already know she's an industry plant. She here to motherfucking destroy the minds of the young women. To have the young goddesses out here vibrating low. You're gonna realize that shit off back. You're gonna realize, oh, when somebody passed away, rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan. You're gonna realize like, damn, probably an industry sacrifice. Most likely an industry sacrifice. Who is he been close around with for years? Who has he been linked in with for years? Oh, him and Young Thug was cool. What does Young Thug got going on? Oh, he's in court right now for a trial. Oh, now Rich Homie Quan passed away. Oh, it's probably a sacrifice. You're gonna start realizing this shit. Yo, once you have a spiritual awakening, you're not gonna be able, the motherfucker not gonna be able to walk up to you smiling and just be able to fuck you over, because you're gonna be able to, okay, I see a smile, but I feel some different energy. What's your real intentions? You're gonna start looking at things from a spiritual point of view. You know what I'm saying? So don't have your spiritual awakening, because you may be best friends with somebody that's true intentions are to fuck you over. And they probably been fucking you over for years. Shit's been going wrong, shit's been coming to missing. And you can't realize why shit's been going wrong, coming to missing, but you've been having this person in your life, but you haven't had your spiritual awakening, so they constantly fucking you over. So don't have your spiritual awakening. Because you may realize your best friend is fucking you over, stopping you from getting opportunities, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, etc. Your moms, your pops, your family. You may realize that your family not even your real family. Don't have your spiritual awakening. And when I'm saying don't have your spiritual awakening, I'm saying this shit to encourage you to have your spiritual awakening. You know what I'm saying? Stop thinking you know some shit, because everything that we've been taught is lies, nigga. The whole world is a lie. When you have your spiritual awakening, you're going to realize that, damn, when they start doing shit like all the news outlets are covering this Diddy shit, what the fuck is really going on? Why the fuck all of a sudden all these outlets is covering the Diddy shit? Why the fuck? So who the fuck is really doing some shit, and who the fuck is putting him to take the blame for the shit? Or who the fuck, and how the fuck was he getting away with this shit for so long, and all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, you're going to start thinking like, what the fuck, hold on, what's really going on? Why the fuck wasn't the news talking about this heat wave that was just having power outages? Don't have your spiritual awakening, because you're not going to be able to fall for the bullshit. You're going to realize that they're using color magic in the news. When the news is blue, they want you to believe some shit. When it's red, they try to have your ass in fear, because that red's going to have you like, damn, breaking news, motherfucker dying from COVID. Damn, oh, shit. Let me get a motherfucking mask, nigga. Hell no, I don't want to get no COVID. Let me get a mask, nigga. Hell no, that shit got me, because that's that red. You know what I'm saying? When the blue, oh, this and that, Diddy allegation, this and that. Now you believe in this shit. Now you giving your energy to this shit. What's really going on? When you have your spiritual awakening, you're going to start seeing this shit like, hold on, you ain't going to be able to be fooled. You ain't going to be able to, a motherfucker just walk up to you, trying to get your energy. You ain't going to be able to think that we're all the same race and we're all the same species. It's different levels to the spiritual awakening. There's different levels to this shit, right? You know what I'm saying? But you may fuck around and have a spiritual awakening and realize that we're not all the same species. And you fucked around and had a baby with a Caucasian. I ain't trying to be funny. I'm saying, no, nigga, imagine that shit. You have a spiritual awakening, nigga, and if you're in this situation, take care of your kids, nigga. Take care of your kids. Don't be like, oh, I done had a fucking spiritual awakening, and I done had a baby with a white bitch. I done had a few babies with them demigods. They gonna have the black genetics regardless, because our genetics is more powerful, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to make another video right after this. I've been lagging with the videos, but you gonna motherfucking have a fuck around and have a baby with a white bitch, and then you're gonna realize like, damn, we're not all the same species. I just diluted my genetics by reproducing with this inorganic being. You may fuck around and realize that shit, but you already have a child with the bitch. That's why you shouldn't have your spiritual awakening in 2024, because you're going to realize, like, what the fuck? God damn, I thought we all was human beings. I thought we all was the same species. That's what they told us. And we only been told what our parents have been told. And our parents have only been told what their parents have been told. And we only know what these inorganic beings, these Europeans have told us. And these are the same people that used to hang us from trees. So why the fuck should we believe anything that they say? And then you're gonna have to unlearn everything that fuck that you learn. You're gonna have to unlearn all that shit and relearn everything again once you have your spiritual awakening. So you might as well not even have your shit, because you're gonna be like, God damn, I've been lied to my whole life. You're gonna fuck around and you may even have your spiritual awakening and realize the family that you have is not even your real fucking family. You think you the black sheep. Whole time you're not even the same fucking, you didn't get no DNA test. You just know what you've been told. You just know what the fuck you've been told since you was a baby. You don't remember coming out of the womb and seeing the face of the mother you came out of the womb, and then you growing up with that same face. You don't remember that shit. You were a baby. So you may start realizing that once you have your spiritual awakening. You may fuck around and stop eating meat and it change your fucking life. And now you can think for yourself. Now you realize this black man's not the motherfucking enemy. It's the motherfucking police that's enforcing these laws that's making us have to go to work and pay these bills when we're natural to the planet. Not even just the organic beings, the inorganic beings too. But besides the inorganic beings, you're going to realize, like, what the fuck? Are you going to even realize that there's inorganic beings? What the fuck is an inorganic being? A being that's walking around that doesn't have the capability to take the sunlight. We're not all human beings. You're going to realize that shit once you have a spiritual awakening, and that may fuck you up. And then you'll realize why when you're out and about, these beings be bumping into each other and shit. They bump into you. They're not able to drive without doing some shit that makes you feel uncomfortable or takes you out of your character, because they're an inorganic being. They're a different species. They're on a different frequency and vibration, spiritually, mentally, and physically. You're going to start realizing some shit, and that shit may fuck you up. So if you haven't realized a lot of shit in 2024, you shouldn't even have, and I'm going to try to stop this video at 25 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Because I could just keep on going and talking, bro. I'm going to try to stop this video at 25 minutes. We got 22 minutes. But in 2024, if you haven't had your spiritual awakening, just stay asleep, bro. Just stay asleep, sis. Just stay asleep. Because this shit's gonna fuck you up. And I'm saying this shit to encourage you to want to have your spiritual awakening. You know what I'm saying? And you're probably wondering, what could I do to start having my spiritual awakening? Cut the music off. Cut the music off. Cut the music off. Stop eating the meat and the poison. You know what I'm saying? I'm making a separate video about this. I'm making a separate video. This video is why you shouldn't even have a spiritual awakening if you haven't already in 2024. You ain't gonna be able to find no food. The music you used to listen to, you ain't gonna be able to listen to that shit. You're not gonna want to go to no I've never been to a concert in my life. I perform music live, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've done shows and shit, like little punk ass shows, but I never like went to a concert to see somebody else perform. No. I just it never set with my soul to just be that much of a fan of a motherfucker. Like, and I talk to people that go to concert, I'm just like, I just can't do that shit. Like, I'm not that much of a fan. And the Travis Scott shit, that shit was what kind of started me on my spiritual awakening and me stop eating meat. When I seen that Travis Scott Astro World shit, that's what made me have, I'm like, the fucking world don't see this shit. I always knew they was doing sacrifices and shit, but I'm like, nigga, this shit like, whoa. Nigga, this nigga said, see you on the other side, nigga. Like, this nigga burnt out with this. Whoa, the world don't see it. I'm like, whoa, the world is asleep. That's what made me realize the world is asleep. And I started realizing all type of shit. I'm like, damn. But what the fuck was I saying, though? I was saying something right now. Oh, yeah, the concert shit, right? It never set with me to just go to a concert and just be watching a motherfucker perform some music around a bunch of motherfuckers and shit. That shit just, you gonna realize, like, the motherfucker you're watching probably is a fucking clone on the stage, nigga, once you have a spiritual awakening. You gonna realize this shit, you know what I'm saying? You gonna be like, oh, shit. You gonna start realizing shit. You're not gonna be able to listen to the music. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be able to go to these live concerts because you're gonna realize that these live concerts ain't nothing but rituals. Nothing but rituals and shit. All these award shows, nothing but rituals. You're gonna stop giving your energy to the shit. You're not gonna be able to watch sports because you're gonna realize that most of the sports is rigged, nigga. Basketball, football, all that shit, it's shit rigged, nigga. It's all to get your energy. You're gonna realize a lot of shit. You're gonna realize that a lot of these cities are motherfucking set in strategic areas to get their motherfucking energy. That's why so much violence in all these downtown cities, downtown LA, downtown Arizona, downtown Chicago, downtown motherfucking San Diego, all that shit. You gonna start realizing shit. If you haven't had your spiritual awakening, you know what I'm saying? Don't have it. You're gonna realize a lot of shit. And when I say don't have it, of course, let me clarify this shit. I ain't gotta clarify shit. I'm saying this shit to say this. I'm saying that to make you want to actually have your spiritual awakening. You know what I'm saying? Because why the fuck would you want to walk around this bitch sleep? I'm telling you right now, the music, you ain't gonna be able to listen to the music for real. You ain't gonna be able to eat the food for real because you're gonna realize it's poison. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna want to be around most of your friends. You're gonna realize that the friends you have probably not even your real friends. They're only there because it may be beneficial to them. That you may have the weed, you may motherfucking have a connect so you all can get some money. You may always have the bitches, you may always have something that they can benefit from, so that's why they around you. You're gonna realize that shit. You're gonna be like, what the fuck do y'all ever bring to the table? You'll be like, damn, these motherfuckers not even my friends, they don't even fuck with me for real. You're gonna realize a lot of shit. You're gonna realize your family may not even be your real family. You're gonna realize your family is doing hater shit too. Might be stopping your motherfucking progress. You're gonna realize a lot of shit when you have your spiritual awakening. That's what I'm saying. If you haven't had your spiritual awakening yet in 2024, just stay asleep. Just stay asleep, bro. And I'm really saying that to encourage you to actually want to have your spiritual awakening. Because why the fuck would you want to stay asleep? You know what I'm saying? Why would you want to stay asleep? You're going to realize that all the shit in the grocery store is poison. And the shit that's not poison is fucking priced to the point where you want to steal this shit. You like, God damn, why this shit costs $8, nigga, for 4 granola bars? These not no fucking edibles. They regular granola bars. Like, why they $2 each and they the regular? Like, what the fuck? Oh, because they ain't got the poison in them. That's why they cost so much. Wow. You're going to start realizing this shit. You're going to realize this world is fucked up. You're going to realize that we're not all the same species, that the organic species is the one that gets dogged out. You're going to realize that this is the devil's world. This is the devil's shit. That's why the organic beings get dogged out and the inorganic beings, these ones that are at the low frequency, get privileged in this shit. These are inorganic beings. And they're on a lower frequency than us. Like the CIA, the government, all that shit. I know y'all ass be in the motherfucking office bumping into each other and shit. Because y'all are human beings. Y'all on a different frequency than black people. The CIA, the government, all that shit. I don't give a fuck. The Central Intelligence Agency, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, all that shit. Y'all are on a different frequency and vibration than black people. So I know at least 2 or 3 times a day, y'all be in y'all office. Cause y'all do this shit in the grocery store, nigga. Y'all not that smart, bro. Y'all just got this shit from the devil. This little, the knowledge that y'all have to oppress us. Y'all got this shit from the devil, bro. And fallen angels. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got this shit from fallen angels, right? So y'all probably be in the office and shit, walk around that bitch, bumping into each other and shit. Cause y'all not on the y'all on the low vibration. Y'all on the low frequency. Y'all ass is dumb. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know why I said that right now. I'm gonna make a video about all that shit, right? But you gonna realize a lot of shit once you have your spiritual awakening. You know what I'm saying? You gonna realize like, damn. We surrounded by inorganic beings. It depends the levels to your spiritual awakening too. Once you have it's levels to this shit. It's levels to this shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna make this video too long, you know what I'm saying? I always say that shit, but this shit to be flowing, to be feeling good talking to the camera, you know what I'm saying? Be feeling good talking to y'all. So that's just like why you shouldn't have your spiritual awakening in 2024 if you haven't already, because you're gonna realize a lot of shit that you haven't realized before. And you may not be ready for that shit. You may be comfortable doing something, you may be having certain relations with certain people, and you may have a spiritual awakening and realize like, damn, like I'm not even supposed to be like you know what I'm saying? You may realize some shit that you didn't realize before, and that may, you know what I'm saying, could change your life or the situation you're in at the moment, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, man. I hope all y'all vibrating at a high frequency. And when I say this again, I'm actually saying this to encourage y'all to have y'all spiritual awakening so you can know what's going on and be more susceptible and receptive to new information and knowledge. Because once you have your spiritual awakening, the knowledge is endless, bro. You're going to be able to keep on learning shit, keep on learning shit. Once you open your mind and are able to take in the knowledge and information and stop thinking you know some shit. Because what if you live your whole life and think you know some shit, right? And everything that you've been told is lies. But you and your pride and your ego, and you like, yeah, I know this shit, I know this shit. But you got to think about it, bro. Everything that we've been taught has been from these Europeans, these Caucasians. And these people used to hang black people from trees, bro. They used to hang us from trees. They used to feed our black babies, our goddesses, our young goddesses, our young gods and goddesses to crocodiles, bro, as crocodile bait. So you got to think like, should I take anything that these people are saying? Should I listen to anything that these people are saying? Or should I go and do my own knowledge? I mean, do my own research and gain my own knowledge and gain my own information about some shit. You know what I'm saying? Should I gain my own information and knowledge about some shit? Or should I just listen to these beings that get sunburned? You're going to start realizing shit. You're going to start realizing shit. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't going to make this video too long, right? I hope all y'all vibrating at a high frequency. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace.